Fwam, fwam, fwam. Away we go. This is game number 2 of week 1 of the Chobo Team League between Guns and Roaches and the King's Men. Spawning down here in the lower right-hand corner of ESV Muspelheim. He's wearing blue, which isn't quite the correct color, but we'll forgive him this time. It is the player for the King's Men. It's InsertName. And spawning across from him in the upper left-hand corner, wearing the more traditional teal color, like for the team Guns and Roaches. His team is up 1-0. Can he extend that lead? It's something new. Now in game number 1, we saw a very nice Protoss versus Protoss, played by a couple Bronze League players. We will step up the leagues now, and this will be our Silver League game. It's a PvZ on ESV Muspelheim. Now if you're aware of this map, it's been newly introduced in GSL, excuse me. It's been used in the GSTL, I think is the only league it's been used so far. It's a rather small map, and if you look, this natural has destructible rocks, which will allow the Protoss, you can make a pretty nice fast expand wall across this little choke point, and then you can destroy the destructible rocks in order to get out of your own base. The third is a little bit farther away and a little bit difficult to hold on to, as there's just a couple of different attack paths into here. There's 2 Zelmanga watchtowers in the middle of the map, which will give vision over the main attack paths. However, you can still go around the outside in sort of this fashion. So we are casting from replays here, so this pause won't last any time at all. How cool was that? InsertName getting off that early scout, and he'll be able to actually block his opponent's Nexus, which is kind of the reverse of what you usually see. InsertName is going for 15 hatchery himself and getting up those drones back behind this, and we'll see what his pool timing is. It is a little bit late. Now cannon going down, and something new does need to do that in order to get rid of this annoying drone blocking his Nexus. We look, he doesn't have the minerals quite yet to be able to plop that down, but as soon as he's able to get rid of this drone, he'll feel very secure in being able to throw down that Nexus. Now, the scouting information is very complete from something new, and he doesn't see a spawning pool yet, which might worry him, especially since InsertName does have the funding for that. So will we see something a little bit strange? No, it doesn't look like it. There's the spawning pool and a gas geyser. Very quickly finish that up. The big question is that for Zergling speed? Will it be for a little bit of early roach pressure? I guess we'll find out. InsertName, we'll see if he responds to this also by taking a quick third, or if he will just decide to put on that pressure. His drone was successfully foiled by something new, and the Nexus has been thrown down. And the Zerg really ahead in terms of his expansion, and that'll give him a nice boost going toward the mid-game. And as with most CPs, we're going to sit back and watch these players play. Again, since I know we have some new viewers, my name is Maristematic. I am the team captain and a player on Team Composite in the Chobo Team League, and I am co-founder of my own clan, I guess. It's mostly just a bunch of friends and I. We call ourselves Zamboni Gaming. If you're interested, you can check out Zamboni Gaming at zambonigaming.engine.com. We do fun things like show matches and tournaments every once in a while, and I tend to cast those. It's mostly fun, and we enjoy playing StarCraft and hanging out. There's the Roach Warren from InsertName, and he doesn't have that third base on the way. And it looks like something new has been around to scout that. So he may worry about an early Roach bust, an early Roachling bust, something of that variety. He hasn't seen the Roach Warren, so I guess he could be worried about Banelings as well. And InsertName, for some reason, has pulled his drones out of gas. Yeah, not quite sure what's going on. Back in something new space, he's got a whole ton of pylons finished, and is sitting at 27 of 52 supply. He's starting his warp gate research, and everything down here at the wall-in. This is a complete wall-in out that Zealot on hold position, so there shouldn't be any leakiness. And only one cannon to defend may make him a little bit vulnerable later. But we do see the Zergling speed has started for InsertName, and he's going for that third base. That's immediately scouted. Really nicely done by something new, and now he can kind of prepare what he was planning to do. If you don't see your opponent take a quick third base while you're playing Protoss, you do need to plan for Roachling bust, Roach Baneling bust, but you need to make your defenses more sound. You need to throw down more cannons, more gateways, and really worry about that. Instead, what we'll see is the robotics facility followed up by only one more gateway, at least for the time being. He's got a +1 ground weapons, which is very important for Protoss in this matchup, as that'll allow Zealots to 2-hit Zerglings rather than 3-hit them. A couple of Zerglings being rallied out here by InsertName. He'll be up to 12, I believe. No, only 10. And that's an important panel to look at right now. The units count 30 probes to 26 drones, and SomethIngnew doing a very good job for guns and roaches right now. Zergling speed is just kicked in, and InsertName is making 1 roach and 5 more drones, which is kind of an interesting combination. He may be wary of an attempt by SomethIngnew to go take out his third base, and that could be why he's doing that, as 6-gate or 7-gate timing would hit fairly soon. As you see, there's no pylon hidden around the map, and it doesn't look like SomethIngnew is interested in putting on... never mind. And the gateways are down. We're up to 6 gates now in a robo, and this is definitely going to be a pressure build. And we'll see if he targets that at the third, or if he wants to go more for a kill. InsertName going up for the lair, and that's not quite going to be what he wants in this situation. If he can get out Infestors or Mutalisks before this push hits, he'll be in a better spot to defend. But the timing of this is very good from SomethIngnew, and he'll be able to hit before any of that lair tech will be able to kick in. And it'll be basically Roach Zergling to try and defend for InsertName. Now, I think this timing... I'm a little bit worried. The timing would have been perfect had he been, right now. The gateways had just finished up, and he should be warping in units toward his opponent's base currently. However, he threw down that robotics bay, and instead he'll hit probably a more PvT-esque timing, where he'll get out 2 Colossus and then move across the map. There's an Immortal on the way, and it's really just a mixture of a couple different strategies here. The Zealot will be spotted trying to take the Watchtower. Can he get in a good enough position? And there's that +1 upgrade in action, just tearing apart the Zerglings. He'll take down 3 of them and take control of the Watchtower. The rest of the Zerglings will have an answer, though, and InsertName out for blood, going to re-exchange possession with the Zealot. He will manage to take 1 more down and give his life for ire. InsertName, meanwhile, going for Burrow and Gilal Recon... Gilil? I actually don't think I've ever heard it pronounced. Glial? Yeah, it says Glial. Glial Reconstitution. It's the Roach speed upgrade. His Roaches will move faster. We see, though, he's not really focusing on Roaches. He's going for an equal mixture of Roaches and Lings, and I think he's worried about it timing from his opponent as well. He's going out, just double-checking the Watchtowers, really keeping an eye on his map control, which is really nicely done for Zerg players. If you're lacking map awareness as a Zerg player, you're really in trouble, as you're not sure whether it'll be safe to drone or not. He is up to 4 gas geysers, although he's only mining out of 2 of them. He could even take 6 and really just send his production off the rail. We do see the move out has been spotted by the Zalnagi Tower, but the Protoss army is moving very quickly across the map. He's taking control of the leftern Zalnaga Watchtower. And SomethIngnew moving around toward the third. It doesn't look like InsertName has vision quite yet of that, and the pylon will be put down from SomethIngnew. It looks like he's kind of aware of where his opponent's army's moving, as he hasn't seen it in a little bit, but in comes a little bit of an engagement. There's not a whole lot of Zerg here to try and deal with this. He does pick off a sentry, which is really nice. Now, too, he's doing a nice job. He targets down those expensive sentries, unable to use a lot of their force fields, but this army's still pretty dangerous. The Immortal plus a couple of Zealots provide a lot of power here. He picks off a Queen. He'll be able to get the Roaches. The Roaches look like they want to try and cut off reinforcements at the pylon, but these Stalkers will get in. Zerglings trying to swarm around, but now Zealot's going to town on this mineral line. Immortal doing a lot of damage to the hatchery itself. He will be able to pick off this pylon if he focuses it. There it goes down, but still another one here. And SomethIngnew looks like he's going to overrun this third base. It doesn't need to be sacrificed here by InsertName. A couple of Roaches are going to rally in as Zerg tries to salvage his forces. There goes the third base, and the drones will have to retreat back to the natural. But a nice surround coming in here. He picks off the Immortal, and a couple of these Stalkers won't be able to retreat at all, either after getting surrounded by the Zerglings. Zealots will try and stand. Nope, they're not going to stand and fight. They're going to pull back. And a trade for both players, I would say. The third base really valuable at that point for something new, and 2-base Protoss will be 2-base Zerg every time. InsertName, meanwhile, was able to clean up that army, and he did get rid of all the expensive units from his opponent, leaving him with only Zealots and Stalkers. Now we do have another little move out from the Protoss. He's got 2 Colossus back macroed up at home. These Roaches trying to get on top. They will pick off 1 Colossus. Will he be able to get the other? Oh, that's really nicely done by InsertName, and now he can pull back with these Roaches. He's stutter stepping them pretty nicely, taking out a couple of Zealots along the way. But the supply lead now in favor of the Protoss player. He's expanding to his 3rd behind this, and this is looking really good for him. More Stalkers being warped in, back behind everything, and Roaches falling back across the map. InsertName lacking a little bit in his injects here. He does have his macro hatch up. The 3rd base nearly refinished, but his queen's kind of missing in action. The Protoss army regroups at the left watchtower. There's no power units with this army, which can be a little bit of worrying. There's only 1 sentry, but the rest of this is only Zealot Stalker. I said it right the first time. So Roaches and Zerglings can actually trade fairly decently with this army without those power units there. I would say he needs a couple more units, and a couple of these Roaches getting baited out into action before they want to. Nice force field there will cut off a little bit of the angle for the Roaches, and now something new moving in. He is overrunning the Zerg right now. Can InsertName get a couple more units out and try and defend this? Something new doing a nice job moving in. He's even clearing out the creep tumors, which is really annoying. A couple of spine crawlers being thrown down. I think that's a little bit too late. Had he had them a little bit earlier, this defensive position looks a lot better. But now the Stalker's moving in. He's targeting down individual Roaches. If he gets this queen as well, that's a lot of the damage. And now there's basically no Zerg left. Stalker's just overrunning even more reinforcements from the back. Spine crawlers won't be able to finish. Drones being pulled, they're not going to do a whole lot here as everything gets torn apart. If we look, 17 workers killed now by our teal Protoss player as he takes down the natural expansion. And Guns and Roaches looking like they'll get out to an early 2-0 lead. There goes the natural expansion as well. More reinforcements being warped in across the map. There's probably a Colossus somewhere back here. But the 3rd base now finished up for the Protoss players, doing a nice job back behind this. There's the Colossus. It's rallied up with the rest of the army. Now, this army getting a little bit split, but there's not quite enough units here to really take advantage of that. The macro hatch going down as well. A couple of Zerglings coming in. They will try to take out this Colossus, and he will succeed. That's actually really nicely done. Had this been a little bit of a closer game, that would have been an important snipe. But now the Stalker's on top of the Zerg base. He's targeting down the lair. And the production just isn't there. InsertName, GG's. And that'll be all for game number 2. As soon as he leaves, there he goes. So Something New has taken game number 2 for Guns and Roaches, and they'll take a 2-0 lead in this best of 7 series. So we'll take another little bit of a break as we get ready. Our next game will be a gold level game, and it should be fairly exciting. So please stay tuned. This is Guns and Roaches versus the Kingsmen from Chobo Team League. My name's Maristematic.